Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and I hope all of you guys have been doing fantastic on the Ni No Kuni world. It's been pretty chill. I've been doing a lot of farming, and when I was thinking about what type of video I wanted to do, I know I need to make a new EXP camps video for people level 90 plus. I know a lot of you guys have asked for that, but I wanted to do an account review because I get constantly asked what my build is, what my gear is, what my stats are. So we're going to go ahead and go through all of that. We're going to talk about familiar arena compositions, kind of what I'm working on in game. So let's go ahead and dig in. So right now, the biggest thing that I'm working on is getting level 107. Of course, the reason I'm trying to get that is because the new Heart Star board does open up at level 107. I want to be able to start working on this. This is going to be very elemental damage focused. Specifically, I want to be able to go for earth elemental damage up because that is the element that I'm both engraving as well as working on for my PvP build. So it is going to be the element that I want to build up the most. So that's my first priority. My secondary priority here is to also finish up my records for Rainbow Valley. So you can see here I have some pretty extensive soul stones done. I need to finish just a little bit more. I'm literally going to finish this tonight, and I'm going to unlock the Rainbow Valley puzzle, which is exciting. After that, I only have 2 more puzzles to unlock. One of them is going to be the Burning Desert, so I need to get about 400 more cheese rock shards, and then I need to go back and do Woebegone Wilds, and Woebegone Wilds is going to take a while because getting the destroyer statues will just take forever. So now that I am kind of gotten the easy puzzle books, I'm going to work on the slow, grindy puzzle books as we go here. One of the things I also wanted to work on was I wanted to kind of clear Woebegone Wilds, or sorry, Rainbow Valley, so that I could start focusing on the Chaos Field Aquarius Ancients Castles collectibles. I think these are pretty important just because they give you a really solid chunk of earth defense, you know, all of the elemental defenses. So I think it's going to be pretty good to get these, and it's relatively easy to farm there as well, and you get Territe there. So while I'm farming on the first floor, I wanted to make sure to get that. Now, kind of as a secondary goal, I did want to get my character to 110. Of course, the reason for that is because we do have grade 6 here, which is pretty important. You get another risk and return book as well. But once I get my character 110, I can get all of my other alts to 100 relatively easily, and that's easily another 8,000 diamonds. So as someone who's thinking long-term about my account in terms of diamond investment, diamond growth, right, that's a ton of diamonds to get for your account. So literally by getting my rogue to 110, I'll be able to get my others to 100 really quickly, and that'll be quite a large chunk of currency for my character. And I am sitting at a really healthy diamond amount right now just because I did win that competition more recently for the guides. So that's pretty much what I've been focusing on right now. Now, in terms of my build, a lot of people have been asking me what I'm kind of running right now. This is currently my dark build currently. This should actually be swapped out here with my Milky Way, but it's I forgot I lost the curse on it. So I am running quite often my Cursed Chronos Bow at plus 26 currently, and I'm running my Cursed Divine Bow almost exclusively in PvP. My Divine Bow is my primary weapon. Probably my strongest cursed weapon right now is Tyrant Scale. I really like this weapon for PvP. It's very good in my eyes. The barrier that pops up for it is just great. I am in a little bit of a situation because I'm pretty heavily invested in Vulcanord Ring. It's Awakened 8. That gives fire attack plus 13.5%. And I'm pretty invested in Natrum earrings as well, and it just seems to me that the two of these, while they're pretty good investment in terms of damage increase, I want to start working on some of the other rare plus pieces of gear, such as Demon's Cube here for a 10% chance when attacked to deal 200% of attack as fire damage to a nearby enemy and stun them. I feel like that could be really good. I could also see, for example, the Abyss Crystal, or if I eventually get it, I could be getting Stella's Rare Plus ring as well. But it just seems like I need to fill in something else in here because it's not really getting the right job done. Very similarly, I do have a problem with my Cursed Palladium armor because I did recently pull my Celestial armor. So I am kind of weighing pretty heavily whether or not I want to go hard on Celestial Armor for that HP plus 10%. Granted, it is versed in Awaken 10 Palladium Armor, so it's kind of in this weird world where it's like, you know, the Awaken 10 might actually be a little bit better because it gives me more defense, but in the long run, the Celestial Armor is probably going to be better. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm almost Awaken 10 on my Berserker's gloves. And for boots, I usually run Cursed Dragon Slayer boots. In PvE right now, I am running my Expert boots, though. They're only plus 15, but that basic attack evasion rate at Awaken 10 is so powerful, especially when you're farming in PvE. If you don't want to die, I can't live without it. And for the most part, that's basically my gear right now. Is I'm kind of looking at swapping out this body piece, and I'm potentially looking at swapping out an earring or a ring. Now, I do have Milky Way. Milky Way's not awakened in any way. I did manage to get an awakened one for my earth bow and for my water bow, so that's pretty cool. I'm still missing the rare fire bow, but that's okay. I'm not, you know, dying for it. I'm not in desperate need. For those that always come in and ask me what my stats are, I have 38,000 attack. In this build in particular, 19,000 earth attack, 15,000 water, 18,000 fire. I have 51,000 defense. I have 482,000 HP, 39,000 accuracy, 29,000 evasion, 29,000 crit. And then I do have a lot of attack speed increase. So because I am a main rogue, if we just go to my skills real quick, I'll show you what I run. So I'm usually running risk and return right now. My risk and return is level 4. Hopefully it'll be level 5 and 6 when I hit to 120. It will start taking 2 books soon, but definitely one of the better abilities. I also have swift movement level 8. I haven't been getting a lot of swift movement books recently, so this increases my movement speed 17.78% and attack speed plus 8.89%, which is really good. And then I do run Barrier Hunter, so that's a 30% damage increase to shielded enemies, and a 10% damage increase against slowed enemies. Almost 2 out of the 3 rogues' basic skills do slow the opponent, so I do tend to run that. If I wasn't going to run this, I would probably run Attack Boost. If I didn't have a significant investment into swift movement, I would probably run defense up even, or maybe the other attack boost, which lowers your defense. If I was in PvP, I am looking quite often at quick overcome right now. That may be something I want to get. Tentatively, I'm also looking at getting critical flow and deadly tempo for the increase in attack speed, and just going an entire attack speed build on rogue. I do think that's something that's going to be possible, and I really love attack speed on rogue. In terms of special skills, my Distortion Arrow is still level 1. I've been leveling up my skills pretty significantly. Almost all of them are into tier 3 right now, except for Grasping Thorn, which is a huge problem in some of my light abilities. But because I spend so much time farming outside of Chaos Field for such a long time, I tend to have my passive from swift movement leveled up quite significantly, and I don't have my special abilities leveled up. So this is something I've been working on slowly and steadily, trying to get to that level 10 in order to minimize and maximize my damage that I deal. Now, looking at my mounts, I do own every single mount. If we're looking at decorations, I have decorations on almost all of them. This is kind of a priority for me. My priority basically mount is going to be Badgie here, so he's very chonky. He's going to give a lot of stats. You can see he gives 1800 attack, 1700 defense, 1400 HP, 4000 crit, 5000 accuracy. And I've just been slowly working on building up my badges, and I haven't been wanting to whale a crazy amount on badges or on decorations, just because it's so expensive in this game, and I really want to save my money to invest in things like the 111 pack, which will give me a lot of decos. And I know that the 6-star rare decos give a lot of CP, and that's something I'm really thinking about, but I'm hopeful that I will be able to stay on par with a lot of players and be able to kind of maintain my CP. In terms of mount levels, if you look at it, I have Badgie completed, I have Dimensional Deer done, Magic Carpet done, Penny Farthing, I believe, is done. No, he's not. Penny Farthing's not done. We have Yak is 2-star, waiting for that 3rd Yak crystal. Dingo is up there, he's maxed. Wing Glider is currently coming up for max. I just have to invest a little bit more in him. Rust Bucket, we're waiting for probably the next monthly reset, I would imagine, and then I'll be able to invest in him. And of course we have a max Catarumpus. So that's pretty much what we're looking at right now in terms of mounts. It is a priority of mine, and it is something I'm focused on, but it's also kind of slow and steady at the same time. In terms of familiars, we do have a lot of familiars. So if I'm going to go ahead and sort them by CP, let's go ahead and do that. So you can see here, come on. Oh, let's just go default. This is getting a little weird there. Okay, we'll just go this way. My management of my familiars right now is getting a little crazy because I feel like a ton of familiars. The biggest problem for me right now with familiars is in particular on my familiar arena team. I don't have any rare plus 3 awakened familiars, so I don't get a really strong bonus. My most is Kona at awakened 2-star and Pufu at awakened 2-star. My Staghorn got up to awaken 2. I may put him back into my familiar arena composition. Suryu is 8, Might is 10. We have Hobgoblin at 5. Shrimpaler is at 9. We have the Healing Light Element Monkey is at 6. And my Bird, which is kind of the new familiar that I've been investing in, I've been getting a lot of copies of him, is at Awaken 6 as well. Where I'm struggling though, my Ebon Torex is still Awaken 2, and I just feel like I want to get Ebon Torex on my familiar arena team, and I just never manage to pull him, and it just drives me absolutely bonkers. It's literally like I need those types of tank familiars on my team, and it's really hurting me not having them. Shrimpaler is also Awaken 5 right now at plus 300. I did want to get that. Even though I have Toko, I like the combination of the two of them. If we look directly at my familiar arena team, the biggest thing that I run into is, again, I don't really have a solid tank familiar. And our tank lineups, or our lineups on our server, are very high power. So compared to a lot of other servers, when you're looking at the CP requirement for getting into top 30 on our server, you can see 304 right here. You're not going to get in unless you probably have 330 or 340 CP. So I'm sitting at 49. I'm usually in the 40s here. But unless you have like a perfect composition, or you have multiple copies of Hippocampus, or potentially Stag as well, or maybe you have Bunnybot or a really high awakened Ebon Torex, it's just not going to happen for you. You're just not going to get into top 30 on our server. It's very competitive, and the reality is I just don't have the Awakened 10 on these familiars. So I've been messing around with a couple of different teams currently. I've been testing out my Bird. The Bird seems to be working pretty good. I definitely moved the board to the back line. Might is kind of like Might and Bird. Like, I feel like if I go up against a composition that's not a Hippocampus composition, I have a good chance of winning. Otherwise, it's kind of up in the air. I really want to replace Boar with like an Ebon Torex and then keep Might in here and maybe do something like that. That's kind of my end game currently, but right now it's just pretty much constantly running into other players that are stronger than me or have multiple awakened versions of, like, this Hippocampus is Awakened 6. I can judge Jason Luna's composition because he's a friend of mine, but like he literally has Hippocampus Awakened 6. Like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to beat this composition with a Hippocampus Awakened 6 on his team, right? Like, I just have nothing comparable to that. So I am running into kind of a hard wall when it comes to being able to use my familiar arena team. And granted, I'm not the best at familiar arena. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but it kind of is what it is. Dimension Border, I've been doing a lot of. I'm currently been doing, for those of you who like to do Dimension Border and do the high levels and want to queue fast, Sunday night on stream after Lava Valley, we've been running Dimension Border. The Dimension Border, basically, I've been running on all of my characters, or all of the different areas. I have 55 in the other two, and then I'm working on Frozen Laboratory right now. I actually don't have the necklace from Frozen Laboratory, which is surprising to me. But I really want to get kind of all of the spells, all of the abilities, fill out the puzzles. That's kind of a goal of mine. And then I have been leaning hard into Fiery Mount Know-How, but I'm probably going to shift into Natrum a little bit more, maybe try and get another ring going on my character and head that direction. And hopefully we'll be getting the new dimension borders here in the near future. I talked about how I've been farming in Chaos Field pretty much non-stop right now. Our kingdom, if you guys don't know, my kingdom is rank 18th. We're not that big. We're a pretty chill kingdom. We are pretty much just doing every week, we're trying to get either the capability to bid on a relic so that we can get a wolf for the kingdom. There's probably about 10 to 15 of us that are super active, and it reminds me very similarly, for those of you that have played Final Fantasy 11 right now, it feels like we're running in a small static. So it feels like we are like a small group of players that are playing. We're not playing at the top level, we're not playing hyper competitively, but because we're a small group of players and we're consistent, we're able to get rewards for everybody, versus having like a 50-person wide guild and not getting rewards for every single person. That's basically where we're at right now, and it's a pretty good place. I'm pretty excited for server transfers because I think a lot of people will server transfer and join my kingdom. I'm also kind of weighing whether or not I want to server transfer. I think it could be really fun to have like a wandering guild, particularly as a content creator for this game, and kind of bring my guild to different servers, and introduce people and hang out and like, spend a couple months on Jade Gemini, spend a couple months on Jade Taurus, right? Go around, get to know all of the guilds, get to know everybody that's playing the game. I think that would be really fun. So those are kind of all the things that I'm thinking about right now. But that's pretty much where we're at right now. Is my goal is to hit 107 tonight, and also to hopefully finish. Let's see how many we've gotten while we've been talking here. Ooh, 948 out of 1,000. Hopefully finish these soul stones today. Anyway, everybody, let me know what you think down in the description below. If you want more of these types of videos, I would love to show and demonstrate that to you guys. If you want that EXP video, make sure you comment as well, because I know a lot of people want me to make that. And I will catch you guys all next time.